there is a lie that has been sold to moms for decades, and it's destroying their health. The lie says you should do it all. Work full-time, raise the kids, stay fit, be present, have this perfect house, never complain, and somehow do it all with a smile on your face. But here's what no one is telling you. That hustle culture is wrecking your nervous system, spiking your cortisol, and making weight loss biologically impossible. In the next 15 minutes, I'm going to show you why hustle culture is the real enemy of your health and what the future of mom wellness actually looks like. Because you're exhausted, you're overwhelmed, you're running on caffeine and willpower, and somewhere in the back of your mind, you feel like you should have it all figured out by now. You should be able to handle it. Like other moms somehow have it figured out too. Like something is wrong with you for struggling. Hi, my name is Kylene Hykins. I've been a nutrition coach and a weight loss expert for over 14 years. I've worked with hundreds of moms, and I've watched hustle culture destroy women's health over and over again. This isn't just my opinion, it's a pattern, and it's one I see every single day, and it needs to stop. I'm going to break down exactly why hustle culture is sabotaging your health, what it's doing to your body, and the new approach that actually works. By the end, you'll have permission to do things differently, and you'll understand why slowing down just may be the most powerful thing you can do. The do-it-all mom is a myth. I need you to know that. The mom who does everything perfectly does not exist. She's a fantasy that's making real moms sick. Scroll through social media and you'll see her, the mom with the clean house, the thriving career, the perfect kids, the fit body, and the glowing skin. She meal preps on Sunday. She wakes up at 5 a.m. to work out. She never yells, and she has it all together. But here's the truth. She does not exist. Or if she does, she's either lying or has full-time help or is on the verge of collapse. The do-it-all mom is a marketing image designed to sell you products and programs because you're chasing this gap, and that chase is destroying real women. Here's what nobody wants to admit. I've worked with moms who look like they have it all together on the outside. CEOs, entrepreneurs, picture perfect Instagram feeds. And behind closed doors, they're actually falling apart. They're exhausted, snapping at their kids, unable to lose weight no matter what they try. The image is an ultimate lie. The cost is their health. The do-it-all mom is like a movie set. From the front, it looks like a real house. But walk behind it and there's nothing there. It's a facade, a prop. Trying to live in the house is impossible because it was never real to begin with. So I want you to give yourself permission right now to stop chasing the impossible. And if that means that you have to stop following certain moms or certain accounts on social, then do that. You don't have to do it all. You weren't designed to. And the belief that you should is what's keeping you sick and stuck. But this isn't just a mindset. There's something very real happening in your body. And hustle culture is wrecking your nervous system. Living in constant overdrive keeps your body stuck in survival mode, and survival mode stores fat. Your nervous system has two modes. The sympathetic nervous system is our fight or flight part of the nervous system, and the parasympathetic is the rest and digest part of this nervous system. When you're constantly rushing, or you're constantly stressed, or you're constantly juggling, your body stays locked in sympathetic mode. It thinks it's in danger. It pumps cortisol, it stores fat around the belly, it shuts down digestion, and it disrupts sleep. It can make you anxious, irritable, and exhausted. This isn't a weakness, it's actually just biology. Your body is doing exactly what it's designed to do under chronic threat. The problem is the threat never ends. And this is what's actually happening inside of you. No wonder everyone's nervous system is absolutely shot. Moms are overscheduled. Kids are overscheduled, and there's absolutely no margin. No wonder we can't lose weight, why we're anxious, or why we're snapping at our families. Our bodies are screaming for support. They're screaming for a break that we refuse to give them. Imagine running a car engine at red line all day, every day. Eventually, something breaks. A hose bursts. The engine overheats. The transmission fails. Your nervous system is that engine. Hustle culture keeps it redlined, and eventually something has to give. And for most moms, it's their health. Your body isn't broken, it's just overwhelmed, and no diet or workout will fix what is fundamentally a nervous system problem. You have to address the stress before anything else will work. And to be honest, it's not just affecting you, it's affecting your kids too, because you're teaching your kids what burnout looks like. kids learn everything from watching, rarely from listening. And right now they're learning that you running yourself into the ground is normal. And here's the part that breaks my heart. When you glorify hustle, when you never rest, when you say yes to everything and sacrifice yourself constantly, your kids are watching and they're learning that this is what adulthood looks like, that self-care is selfish, that rest is lazy or needs to be earned, or that your worth comes from productivity. You're not just hurting yourself, you're programming the next generation to burn out too. The cycle continues unless someone like you has the bravery, has the courage to break it. And this is what really grinds my gears. I think of my daughters watching me. What do I want them to see? A mom who runs herself ragged, trying to prove her worth, or a mom who values herself enough to rest, enough to eat well, and enough to say no to prioritize her own health and in turn her family's health. I want them to grow up knowing that they don't have to earn their existence through exhaustion or productivity, and that the only way to teach them that is to model it myself. You're like the thermostat of your home. You're not the thermometer. You don't need to just react to the temperature. You can actually set it. When you're calm, the house is calm. We actually share a nervous system with our children for the first 8 years of their life. They are using our nervous system to help navigate the world. So when you're stressed, everyone feels it. And when you prioritize yourself, you give your kids permission to do the same. So I want you to ask yourself, what am I teaching my kids about rest, about boundaries, about self-worth, about how I live? The answer might be uncomfortable, but awareness is really the first step to change. So if health culture is the problem, then what's the solution? Well, let me show you the shift that changes everything. The future is slow and steady, not hustle harder. Sustainable health isn't built on intensity. It's built on consistency without the chaos. Everything about modern fitness culture tells you to go harder. 75 hard, Orange Theory, F45. It's all go, 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 go. Crush your workouts, eat less, push through the pain, no excuses. But their approach is designed for 20-year-olds with no responsibilities. For moms over 30 with full lives and depleted nervous system, hustle culture backfires every time. The future of mom health is the opposite. Slow and steady. Build sustainable systems. Give the minimum effective dose every day. This is why I talk about 20-minute workouts, 20 minutes for yourself every day. Results that stick from not only burning out to achieve them. And here's what actually works. My clients who get the best results are never the ones who go the hardest. They're the ones who show up consistently for 20-minute workouts 3 times a week, who eat balanced meals without obsessing, who prioritize sleep instead of sacrificing it, who take rest days without feeling like they have to earn it or feel guilty about it. They're not trying to win some competition. They're building a lifestyle that they can maintain forever. The tortoise always beats the hare every time, not because slow is inherently better, but because slow is sustainable. The hare sprints, burns out, and he's got to quit. The tortoise keeps going, and after a year, the tortoise has traveled further than the hare ever could. We need you to stay in the game, mama, the game of weight loss, the game of the health, and slow and steady does that. So stop looking for an intense program that's going to get you quick results super, super fast, but start looking for the sustainable one, the one that doesn't require heroic effort, the one that you can actually sustain for 10 years, because no one wants to lose weight and not keep it off. This is where the real transformation happens. But sustainability requires something most moms have forgotten how to do. And I'm just going to give you a quick pause, because if this message is resonating with you or you're seeing yourself in the pictures that I'm painting, I need you to hit subscribe, girl, because I post new videos like this every week to help moms lose weight and reclaim their health without all the burnout and hustle harder nonsense. Okay, let's keep going. The 5th point I want to make is you have to learn to prioritize yourself without guilt. And somewhere along the lines, you were taught that taking care of yourself is selfish and you get riddled with guilt or shame after. But taking care of yourself is not selfish. Refusing to do so is. And I know how it feels. Every moment you've spent on yourself feels like a stolen moment from your kids. Or maybe they make you feel awful leaving the house because they're gripping your ankles or gripping your legs and they're crying. Guilt can creep in before you even finish the workout. You cut self-care short to meet everyone else's needs. But here's a truth that nobody wants to say out loud. When you don't take care of yourself, everyone suffers. You become more tired, you become more snappy, you become more depleted. You're a shell of the mom you want to be, but prioritizing yourself, I need to know, is taking care of your family. It's investing in your capacity to give more. And here's what I wish someone had told me. The opposite of prioritizing yourself is actually selfish. And I actually see this playing out all the time with moms and even my husband. Because when you stay stuck, exhausted, or overwhelmed, your kids notice. And they get that tired version of yourself, the impatient version, the version who can't play because she has nothing left to give. Taking 20 minutes to yourself to fill your cup means you're going to show up better as a mom for the next 12 hours. That's not selfish. That is pure strategy. You know the airplane safety instruction, put your own oxygen mask on first before helping others. It sounds cold until you realize the logic. If you pass out, you cannot help anyone else. So taking care of yourself, putting your oxygen mask on first, isn't abandoning your family. It's making that it's ensuring that you're actually alive and you're present to take care of them. So this week, schedule 20 minutes for yourself a day. Non-negotiable, not optional. I love fitting it in the morning before anyone wakes up and before I'm asked to be everything for everyone else. This can be a workout, a walk, or just sitting alone with your coffee. Practice prioritizing yourself without apologizing for it. And this leads to the biggest shift mom needs to make, which is point number 6, structures and systems will beat motivation every time. Motivation is quite unreliable. It's dependent on our emotions at the time, and our emotions, well, you're a mom, you understand. You probably see it projected in your toddlers, like it's super unemotional. Emotions are super unpredictable. You need systems that work even when you don't feel like it, even when motivation is gone. So here's the unpopular opinion. Motivation is totally overrated. It comes and it goes. You can't build a healthy lifestyle on something so fickle. Healthy habits require structure. They require systems. Habits so ingrained that you don't need to think about them. You eat protein at breakfast, not because you're motivated, but because that's what you do. You strength train 3 times a week, not because you feel like it, but because it's scheduled. Systems remove decision fatigue. They work even your worst days. And this is the shift that changes everything. The moms who transformed aren't the most motivated. They're the most systematic. They batch cook on Sundays, so they're cooking once but eating twice or 3 times. Weekday dinners are easy because they've chopped vegetables already. They lay out workout clothes the night before. They have non-negotiable times blocked off for movement. They've designed their environment to support their goals. Motivation gets you started, but systems will keep you going every single time. Look at where you're currently relying on motivation and willpower. Then ask, how can I turn it into a system? What can I automate? What can I schedule? What can I make the default option? And how can I make that really easy? Because you need to build a structure, and so motivation becomes optional. You don't need to rely on motivation. But all the systems in the world won't help if you're missing this final piece, and that is compassion. Compassion is your secret weapon. The way you talk to yourself determines whether you'll succeed or stay stuck. Kindness always wins, to ourselves, to others. And diet culture taught you to motivate yourself through shame, to call yourself fat, to punish yourself for mistakes, to earn your food through suffering. But shame doesn't create lasting change. It creates short bursts of effort followed by burnout and binging. The moms who actually transform long-term are the ones who learn to speak to themselves with compassion, who don't spiral after one bad meal, who treat themselves the way they treat their daughters or their sons. And this is the part that no one talks about. Compassion lowers cortisol. Self-criticism spikes it. So every time you shame yourself for eating something bad or missing a workout, you're literally making it harder to lose weight. The shame is doing the opposite of what you actually think. Kindness isn't soft, it's strategic, and it's a non-negotiable for weight loss. Imagine following yourself all day long with a megaphone, okay? Put the megaphone behind you, criticizing every decision. How would you feel by the evening? You'd be exhausted. You'd be defeated. That's what negative self-talk does. Now imagine that voice being encouraging instead. Still honest, but kind. That's the voice that creates change. Practice speaking to yourself the way you would a good friend or your children. When you slip up, instead of shame, Try curiosity. What happened? What do I need? What can I do differently next time? Compassion isn't letting yourself off the hook. It's actually giving yourself grace to get back on. Now, let me tie this all together with where we're headed, the new era of mom health. This is my favorite era. The future belongs to moms who reject burnout and embrace sustainable, compassionate, systematic self-care. And here's what I see coming, a revolution of how moms approach their health. No more hustle harder, no more punishment, no more earning your worth through exhaustion, no more shame and guilt. Instead, simple systems that fit real life, strength over cardio, nourishment over restriction, rest as a strategy, not as a weakness. Compassion is used as a tool instead, and most moms are going to be modeling for their daughters and sons what it looks like to take up space, to prioritize yourself, to reject the impossible standards, to do it all culture. This is the future, and you can start living it today. And here's what I want you to imagine. I see it happening already with my clients, women who have stopped apologizing for taking time to themselves. They've built boundaries and they're really enjoying those boundaries. They've stopped running themselves to the ground. They have finally lost the weight, not by trying harder, but actually by doing less. Who are showing up for their families as the best versions of themselves because they finally have something left to give. This is what's possible when we reject that hustle harder mentality. We're at a turning point, okay? The old way of grinding, hustling, and suffering your way to health has hit a wall. It doesn't work for moms. It never did. The new way is really sustainable. It's compassionate. It's built for real life. You get to choose what path you walk. So decide right now to be the part of this new era that I'm talking about, to reject a burnout as a badge of honor and to prioritize yourself without guilt. I want you to build systems instead of relying on motivation and to speak to yourself with kindness. This is your permission slip. Now I want you to take it. And here's what I want you to walk away with most. The hustle harder mentality has been sold to moms isn't making you healthier. It's making you more sick. It's wrecking your nervous system. It's spiking your cortisol and it's modeling burnout for your kids. But you can choose a different path. You can slow down without falling behind. You can prioritize yourself without guilt. You can build sustainable systems that work even on your hardest days. You can speak to yourself with compassion instead of criticism, and that's not weakness. That's wisdom, and there's no trophy for the mom who does it all. There's just exhaustion and resentment and a body that won't cooperate on your weight loss journey, on your health journey. But there is a deep fulfillment for the moms who take care of herself so that she can actually be present for everyone else. You deserve that. Your kids deserve that. And they deserve that version of you. And it starts with rejecting the lie that you have to earn your rest. So slow down, build systems, be kind to yourself, be kind to others. That's the future of mom health. And you can start by living it today. If you've been making mistakes that keep you stuck, watch this next video. I actually break down 5 of the biggest weight loss mistakes I see moms making over and over again and exactly what to do instead. The link is on the screen. I'll see you there.